What's up, y'all? It's been a minute. We're back with week 8 training. So this is February the 18th through the 24th. I got some catching up to do. So back here, we're still pushing the front squat. This is actually I was very happy with this day. 177 kilos for 3 sets of 3. So we're just around 390 maybe. And it was grindy, but accomplished. I've never done that amount of volume at this weight. I mean, I remember when 170-ish kilos was my PR in this movement, so really happy with that. Did some hanging from the bar and some inverse curls, and that was on a Monday. Sunday, I just walked while I was at work, continuing that 100 days of cardio. Tuesday at work, just hit some upper body stuff and some little step-ups and whatnot, and then worked on my groin. So on February 16th, I had kind of re-strained it. If I have to go back, I know I strained it doing some reverse lunges, and it'd be on February 2nd, I would say, would be the day that the groin strain struck. And it was just a strain. I thought I was just cramping up while I was doing it. But now you see the Wednesday lift. You saw some box jumps and drops and whatnot, just mixing up some plyometric stuff, having some fun with it. And the fast landmines I've been working in there up to 10 kilos. Deadlift, the very first rep you saw was 195 kilos double overhand, which was technically a PR that I know of. So I've been playing with some grip stuff, hoping it helps out with some of my throwing events, allowing me to relax my hand more. So people always don't think that grip training helps with a lot of their stuff. It helps with pull-ups. If your hands don't get tired, you can do more pull-ups. But top end of deadlift volume pulled 507, 230 kilos for 5 sets of 1. And we dropped down to 170 kilos to work some quote-unquote speed reps. With this groin, it's like I'm able to do it, but I was feeling the groin right around the ground. But once it gets going, it doesn't hurt anymore. So you'll see a little bit of grip work after the deadlifts, and then we threw some light hammer. And like I said, this was the top end of the deadlift phase. It was actually, I went back and scrolled way back to find it and look. This is the first day, on February 21st, that I have pulled over 500 pounds on the deadlift in like over almost a year and a half. I just hadn't done it around injuries, around not feeling good, around us not pushing heavy deads, pushing other things. So it finally kind of felt good to get back over that hump. It'd been that long since I've really attempted it. I actually threw light hammer after, and I was, that's not something normal, but it was one of those I'm going to go out and just go through the motions kind of. You can kind of see how slow and methodical that first rep was, and it's just trying to feel things, and it's just, like I said, doing it fatigued is something I'll mix in every once in a while. It's not like the go-to if you're a thrower, you want to throw fresh, but what this forces me to do is try to feel things better. And like I said, I mix it in every once in a while. It's not the go-to. But so we did, I think somewhere around no more than 10 light hammers here, maybe 12. I think it was 12. But 5 winds to start. Once again, with the 5 wind, you want to just try to feel the acceleration each rep. So your first one can start out slow. Here's a 3 wind for sure. I started way faster. And then I've got to go way back to the off season where I actually pushed people to try the no blades hammer. Some people have been big believers in it, and I find myself that it has messed me up a little bit. My release has been off. I've been a lot flatter in my release because I can't counter as well without the blades. But there are some games that you can't really use your blades, or it's literally not allowed because you throw off platforms and stuff like that. So to each their own. For me, I think it's forced me. I've ended up releasing a lot more throws very flat, just as a habit of how I was trying to counter the light hammer. If I'm going to go bladeless anymore, I might go to 2 winds just because it won't be as fast, and I'll have to quote unquote rely on strength more in terms of trying to throw the hammer with strength and not speed, because I'm not able to counter and stay on balance. So now we move on to Thursday. This is the last day that you get some training out of me. This was through some stand throws, and you notice I got a little bit of audience this evening at the firehouse, a couple guys hanging out. And one thing you'll notice is why I'm throwing at nighttime is if you notice the yellow tape on the ground. This was during voting week, so we had early voting at the firehouse at one of our rooms there, and so I had to wait till they were all gone. But threw a couple stand throws, just kind of get warmed up, and then some nice easy throws and start working into the throws. A couple guys hung out, threw the shot put back for me for a little bit and whatnot, which was always nice. But cues that I've been working on, I can tell I'm working on here, and it's not perfect, is I'm trying to stay more level with my upper body and not dropping that left shoulder down so much. What I'm doing is kind of using that left arm at the start to try to set me up level with my shoulders. Sometimes it works really well. Sometimes I really don't do it. As well as just getting the volume in. Sometimes I don't think you have to hit drills all the time. It's just going through your full rep, maybe not at 100%, which some people talk about range throwing. And I know where there's some lines out here in this concrete that allow me to throw certain spots that kind of is the range throwing effort. But what I do work on and focus on is just trying to see, how does the throw feel? Where does it go? What cue did I maybe work on that throw that helped feel better? And these were actually feeling pretty good, and I didn't expect them to feel as good as they did. I'd only been throwing the shot put maybe once a week here and there. So I did actually pull tape on the last couple and actually went after them a little bit. I'd say happy with where they're at. I'm a little shy of where I was last year around this time. Well, I got hurt at this time last year, so actually it was in March, so I was a little shy of that. And then I've been hitting this post open stone, is the 25-pound slam ball. Essentially a Braemar throw, non-reverse throw with the slam ball. Doing about 5 reps and doing in a set, working on throwing those into the wall. I'll try some different things, different cues here and there. And it's all on field because I don't throw it for distance because it's not officially tucked into my neck because it's just so big. It's hard to find I can't really throw a rock in concrete. So this is kind of what I use to make do for here. I tried some reverses, and lately with this ball and how I throw it, it just feels really weird trying to reverse it. It doesn't feel natural trying to essentially push and reverse. So I just mostly stick, and I think I go back to, and there you go, a non-reverse. It just didn't feel right. So it's not the right type of effort I like feeling. The feeling separation from the lower body to the upper and really pushing on the ball. We actually hit a little bit of sheaf after this to finish up. Sheaf, I got to get something to throw over again. I got to get a standard back up to have some idea of throwing over something. Get back into doing that probably pretty soon. Stick the ladder back up in my backyard. To finish out the week, Friday and Saturday. Saturday I didn't do anything. Friday I did some upper body BS. Just, pump, feel good, look good, do something to move and be active. Obviously on those days I had kept up my 30 minutes minimum of cardio, of walking or something like that. So nothing too crazy, nothing too killer. And here's a slow-mo to finish out the video. Week 8's done. Moving on to week 9.